Okay, all right. I think I have everything set up. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am running a little bit late today. I apologize. I had to go get an MRI done on my knee. So, yeah. We're here now, though. Ugh. I tell you what, never damage anything a part of your knee. It's not worth it. 10 years later, still struggling with it. Ugh. But yeah. It's fine. It's all good. We're here now. We're gonna start drawing. I did a little bit of warming up. Hopefully I'm warmed up all the way. I hope you guys are doing well. It's only Tuesday, but better than Monday. Tuesday is always better than Monday. Alright, so actually I'm gonna or no, wait, what am I doing? Yeah, that's what I thought. Let's maybe click on the correct layer. We're starting off strong this afternoon. Yeah, honestly though, that was one of the quickest doctor's visits I think I've ever had. Literally the majority of the time was spent just was getting the MRI itself done. They asked me what music I wanted to listen to during the whole thing. The whole thing only took like 30 minutes. I thought it was going to take about 50 for some reason, but it only took about 30. I asked the lady, one of the ladies, to play her favorites because I didn't want to decide it. I didn't know what I wanted to listen to, and the lady looked at me like I was crazy. And so I then got nervous, and then they asked me again. Or no, they said, "Well, you like country or rock?" And I was like, you know, I've been listening to pop music lately, so maybe let's listen to that. I do regret that though. I should have insisted. I love listening to people's favorite music, because it kind of like gives me, I don't know, it just gives me an idea of like who they are, kind of thing, and it's just like a fun little sharing experience. But they ended up playing 90s pop music. But I tell you what, I wanted to dance the whole time, so next time I'm just gonna ask for like some kind of like spa music. Alright, one of these days I'm actually going to make a file for this like little brooch that these dudes all wear. Actually, I probably have it somewhere. I had to have made it before, right? I think I have. I just don't know where it is. I keep redrawing it, and I can never draw anything the same twice, so which is an amazing not skill to have for comics, I feel like, but that's all right. You can only get better by doing. Wait a second. Where's my stuff? getting out a oh, I do have one. Hold on, sorry. I'm gonna see if I can find. I'm gonna find this really quick. It's riveting content, I know. But I'm desperate to be lazy. Alright, so see, I've drawn a little thing here. Is this the only piece of it, though? I gotta be very careful, because I have no idea what all is in here. I don't think there'd be any spoilers, but, like, sometimes I sketch random things. And I just never know what's in here. Okay. Let's try this again. Wait, well, I guess first let me see how big this is. We're gonna do it. We're gonna get away with it. That's much better. Alright, goodbye you. Alright. Boop, 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 boop. Alright, cool. Perfect. And just like that. I mean, it's not the best, but like, you know, it's not, it really doesn't affect anything too much. I might go in and, so here's a really cool tool. I don't know how well it's going to work. See how grainy and nasty that is? But we'll see. Let me see if I can find it. I rarely use this. Correct line. And then hopefully y'all can see it. Yeah, you can. There's this thing that allows you to, let me see, adjust line width right here. And then you can select narrow or thicken. So I want to narrow probably some of these. And so you just go in and look at that. Like magic. Like, sure, it's a little like nasty and gross, right? Because, you know, I didn't use, I'm going to probably go in and end up like doing like a re-vectored version of this just to make my life easier. But like, y'all, like this is game changing. And it's like, I can't believe I avoided Clip Studio Paint for as long as I did. So yeah, there's my Clip Studio Paint rant and for the day. I don't know, it's just such a good program. Like, I don't know. I'd gotten so I've used Photoshop forever. I learned digital painting and digital drawing and digital everything on Photoshop. You know, when I was a kid, like, you know, my dad got the program, and so then I messed with it, obviously. And then I used it for my office job for years and got really good at that and Illustrator, which I unfortunately still am captured by Illustrator. I feel like it's gonna be hard for people to beat that one. I've tried the alternatives because I just wanted to get away from the Adobe suite and all that stupidity. But there's nothing that beats Illustrator right now, unfortunately. It's just too smooth. But anyways, Clip Studio outperforms Photoshop, at least for illustrators. I can understand why photographers might not like it so much. But if you're illustrating anything, especially comics, because it has like, that's its whole like built-in thing. I am so shaky. I had to turn up my stabilization. It was all the way down. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I just don't know why. So, yeah, so I got really good at like all the Adobe stuff, and then I think it was right around the time when I was quitting my job. I was like, you know, I'm not gonna be able to afford Photoshop because the job that I had paid for it. So let's see if I can afford Clip. And I could. So I was like, all right, I have no choice. Like, I don't care if it's worse or not. Like, we're gonna have to just do this. And first of all, it was immediately amazing. And then second of all, they did an update recently that gave me all of the features that was missing from Photoshop. And then I felt I felt even more in love. Let me see, making sure everything is good because I don't trust my streamy stuff, but it looks like we are going strong. So perfect. So yeah. I could go on and on and on about Clip Studio. I think it's great. But we're working on Scipio here. He's getting his time in the limelight. I'm sure he loves every second of it. He's ambitious, but God, he's like ambitious in probably some of the worst ways. Definitely more of a I like to tell people what to do kind of guy. And then go sip mimosas on the balcony. I'm being careful not to forget any details. But yeah, I don't know. I'm so far behind on a lot of stuff too. I have this not safe for work piece that I have literally been trying to draw for a week now, and I've been struggling. We have some prose content for it that's going to go up on the Patreon as soon as I can get a good-looking image to come out of my hand. But the story is already like ready to go to be posted. I've just been having a rough time lately getting things to look how they should look. Or at least decent enough. It's also one of those things where, like, I don't know, I'm a very, like, cyclical person, I feel like. And so my moods and stuff, like, come and go and are very dependent. I don't know. It sucks, right? Like, I think one of the what's the word I'm looking for? Like, one of the best, I think, ways to be an artist is to just be able to do, right? Because then you're not really thinking about it. No think, just go. And my brain likes to spend a lot of time thinking about nonsense. Or about random things that don't have to do with art in general. All right, let me look up. So he's snapping. I'm gonna look up a reference real quick. All right, let's see if I can find one at the angle that I need. That one's kind of close. We'll use this one. Where'd it go? There it is. All right. Yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything about that on my process, what I'm doing, how I think about things, by all means, ask away. I'm a shy boy, but I'm not well, okay, let's not get it twisted. I'm very shy, but I'm not so shy that I wouldn't answer a question or 10. In fact, it would help me out, honestly. Alright, one of these days we're going to get Lena on the stream too. Probably at night because she has to work during the day. It's just so easy for me to get on and kind of like practice and warm up to the idea of doing streams by getting on in the middle of the day. I don't know, it just feels less daunting, I guess, than like going on like prime time or something, you know? But we'll eventually get Lena on, and then she'll have, we'll get her talking about like stories and like what she's doing and cycles and all that fun stuff. So all right. This finger's looking crazy. It almost works. I almost got it. It's so funny when like when I just pop off randomly drawing a hand, and it's like, yeah, usually that's not the case. Usually I struggle so hard. Oh, my weekly best viewers popped up again. Hello. Welcome back with the spam. Much appreciated, much appreciated. Let's see. maybe this part of the thumb is a little bit too thick. There we go. Perfect. Well, I guess technically not super perfect, but close enough. I like how stylistic and graphic it looks, so I'll take it. Yeah, I feel like the style is constantly changing. From week to week, and sometimes, unfortunately, even day to day, but it just is what it is. It's a interesting thing to grapple with, because I spent years learning how to like paint digitally, and so it was hard coming into drawing again and not being able to do it like on par with like my like painting skills, basically. So I'm in the process of discovering what my drawings even look like at this point, and like how do I want them to look and all that fun stuff. So and on top of that, yay, my band button worked finally. Goodbye, Russian bot. See you next week. My bots keep me company. Adjusting my layout too in Twitch just to kind of see. Alright, wait, how did I... So this is kind of like gonna go like that. And then this is going to be like this. Yeah, is anybody watching any Critical Role or anything like that? I'm on episode 2. I think over 3/4 of the way through, because I ended up having to go to bed. It sucks how late they start. I get why, but I always end up having to go to sleep because it's like 2 a.m. where I am. But oh my god, is it so good this year, or this campaign? I mean, campaign 3 was fine, but I'm very curious of what's going to happen. I feel like there's already so much taking place, so I'm excited. I gotta catch up before Thursday though. So probably after this, I'm just gonna go straight to the episode and try and finish it, because if I don't, then I will forget. Alright, let me change how this looks really quick. Alright, be good enough. Good enough, good enough, good enough. And then... Boop. And then... Yep, and then the rest of his cape kind of like hangs down and drags. Because of course he's a cape man. Like... Honestly, half the Imperium is a cape man. Or woman. Okay. All right. Let's see. And then I actually really love the lore behind these little things that you'll actually see some of the cast wearing them. It's just really cute, like a really cute idea I came up with that's basically like symbolic of like your family, basically. Like you kind of like make these like with like your lover or someone like really near and dear to you, and then you keep it on you at all times, because the Imperium really loves like dangly bits. They love flash, they like glitz, so I thought, why not have like a tassel thing that basically where like people go and they make them with their loved ones, and they just carry it on around with them. I think it's really cute. All right. Let's go ahead and thicken some of these lines up. And then, oh, let me actually get this working out. All right, double checking the rest of my stringy stream just to make sure we're good. And we are, so fantastic. And then we do some of this. I'm actually going to make these just a little bit lower, I think, and drag them down just to give some more room for the flower. And then we'll go ahead and do this. All right. Here. Boop, boop, boop. Little sloppy, but I'm a sloppy guy. Alright, let's see. Alright. Alright, okay, alright. Alright, now back to thickening up some lines here. I'm actually gonna draw some of these in. And then try and get rid of some of these strays just to make them nice and flush. Alright. Does it have? Yeah. His cape has a thingamabob here. Oh, the inside I think is all black. Actually, let me double check. We'll do this page. We'll bring it up. Yeah, so all black. So green and black, and then we also have to draw his little monocle thing too. So that's what we're going to do. Next up is his monocle. Yeah, I've been having lots of fun drawing things as like little shapes. I've been experimenting and like these like tassels that are up here. Like as you can see in the like first couple of pages, they're just lines that I just drew really quickly. And I don't know, I think these just look so much cuter. It gives his character more life, more fun. All right, but let's see if I can draw this monocle thing. And we're actually going to use this because I know I'm going to fail without it. Okay. Now let's do that. And I think it's pretty round. So we're going to keep that. Oh, is my computer freaking out on me? Well, give me 1 second because my thing freaked out, so I'm gonna have to fix it. So BRB. Okay, we're back. Whatever. I don't know what's happening. Alright, let's see. Okay. So, his little monocle has this thing that comes out to the side here, so it's a bit more straight actually than how I just drew it, and then it goes back like an actual glasses. Oop, just like that, and then it turns black basically. We could make this just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit smaller. And then I'm also going to make it not as thick either. But we're going to go in and we're going to go ahead and make this thicker. Did I just commit a sin? I did. I'm on the wrong layer. I don't know how that happened, but I'm not going backwards. Okay. At least I didn't do it on the face layer. I'm good. I'm fine. I got this. I can do this. Yeah, and hopefully the like music or whatever isn't too loud or anything. Please let me know if it is. I did some testing with it, and I think we're fine, but you know, it's like when I put text on things, I feel like I put text too large on things, and so my wife has to tell me that the text is too large. So sometimes, I don't know if like the music's too loud or too low. Okay, and then we'll move this up. All right. I think that's good. And then the part that I'm not going to draw on stream is this background. So we're just going to keep, okay, drop my pencil. We're just going to keep moving forward and do this next panel over here because I suck at backgrounds, and the last thing I want to make y'all go through is me complaining the whole time about backgrounds. So we'll try and do this. And I'm actually going to go in here and, like, this is not an adequate enough sketch, so we're going to try and figure this out. And how I can make this more readable. So, his mustache. So he's eating grapes here. So I'm just gonna like be a little sloppy with this just to try and figure out what exactly I want to do. And actually, let me see if I can find like a flamboyant like grape eating reference. So they do exist. Like I want them, kind of. So I don't know if I mean, I could make it that exaggerated if I wanted to. I enjoy this character a lot, and we will get to see more of him as the story progresses. He is actually involved in some of my favorite like planned scenes that we have, so let's see. He has a slightly bigger nose than that, I think. I just realized my title on Twitch says coloring comics. I think I'm too lazy to fix that. But we're drawing comics. It's kind of close. All right. He kind of looks happy. I kind of want to make this mustache like maybe a bit more expressive. I've been trying to play around with like things like that a little bit more as well. Just like little subtle things I don't typically think about, like a mustache looking a little bit more jolly or like happy. For Kael'Morn specifically, maybe this is like more obvious, but it wasn't obvious to me initially, was playing with Kael's ears, making them like slope down and stuff, like when he's sad and all that stuff. Alright, so how are we going to do this but make it look good? That's the question. And that's like the other, like, it's cool, but it, you know, it can also be a little like daunting, I think, for comic making, is like you are constantly doing poses and I don't know, like even like backgrounds and stuff like that, like I would typically avoid. You're constantly having to push yourself. And so like this one, for instance, is like, you know, this pose, this like angle basically of a skull that I wouldn't typically draw. And now here I am. But it's really, really fun. Alright. So then we're gonna put the grapes here. And then he's kind of holding it by the stem, which we can include there. And then he's holding it. We'll actually make it do something cute like that. Okay. Alright. Doing my like every 15-minute stream check-in. Also, I changed the title. Go me. Oh wait, let me check YouTube. What does YouTube say? Yep, YouTube's wrong too. I'm always forgetting something when I start these things. Alright. There we go. But yeah, remember to like and subscribe / follow to the stream. I would greatly appreciate that. Then you guys can watch the journey that I'm on when it comes to drawing this thing. So this guy is like, he's got his shoulder out in front, which I think is nice. So I'm actually going to change his angle, and I don't know how much of Scipio we're going to really see in this. So the wolf head will be here. Maybe I'll like rim light him, I think. I don't know if we got any like late night peoples in here as well. I'm toying with the idea of streaming games at night, I think, maybe. But kind of like do a situation where I'm doing art and then for like 1 hour and then for like the next hour do games. I keep telling myself to try it and I get nervous every single time. But if that's something that y'all would be into, feel free to let me know. I'm sure my Russian bot would be into it. Also, if the stream is like lagging or anything as well, please let me know that, because I have no idea. I know that my computer has been having a rough go of it. I don't know if that's because I'm streaming the two platforms or what, but it should not be having issues. So, if it's affecting the stream, I would like to know. Look at those teeths. Look at those teeths. Do I want to draw the other side? Yeah, I think I do, because I kind of like the dimensional aspect of that. Alright. Okay. Alright, he should look so elated. Okay. So I think that's the general shape that we are going to try for. Let me try and get his torso right here. Draw his cape kind of being silly, wrapping around. Oh, yes, Wesso. Yeah, we gotta get a cat cam or a dog cam up in here at some point. It's about time for his afternoon pets that he demands. But he's gonna have to wait a little bit. Okay, so now we are going to move these to here. Okay, I think that's fine. I think that's fine. Maybe shorten this up a little bit somehow. Alright, I think this will be decent to start with. And then we can kind of just solve it as we go, maybe. It is. It's a little bit of a hard one, but we're gonna go for it. It's not quite right, but we're gonna manage. Vector layer, the most important of layers. And then again, this is so much of this is going to be in silhouette, so I don't know how vital it is to like have like the eyes and stuff like that show. So, oh, where's my reference of him? There it is. Yeah, I think I've just decided that we're just going to draw it all, and then worst case scenario, I just color on top of it, and I've just wasted, you know, a few extra minutes drawing everything as opposed to not, so. MRI person is calling me, so they're gonna have to wait to schedule the follow-up to see what is wrong with my knee. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna give him some bags and some, what are they called? Chicken feet? Is that what it's called? Crow's feet? And then his eyebrow is actually going to extend more to like this, maybe. Yeah, I hope y'all's Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? Yeah, it's Tuesday. Hope y'all's Tuesday is going well. Mine has been pretty chill, minus going around the world to get my MRI done. Alright, and now, would this be further up? Probably. I don't know how much of it would. I think that's better. And notice how I always draw the monocle last. Because ain't nobody got time for that in the middle of something. And then this wolf head. Brooch, branch, bracelet. Okay. All right, let me see. I'm going to actually see if we change up this music here because it's starting to annoy me. This is better. Please let me know if this music is too loud as well, because this is not what I tested. It does seem a little bit louder than the last one, but not by much, so it should be okay. Alright, so I think that's pretty decent for freehanding that. Yeah, I don't know what's happening or like who shouted me out or I don't know, but like the my sun and moon pins on Etsy I think have somehow gotten ranks decently high because I'm getting so many more orders than I typically get for them. Like they're my best sellers in my shop anyways, but like I'm getting a decent amount of orders every week. Like I'm considering having to restock before con season next year. Alright, let me see. I think this is thick material, so I think if he were to like stretch out, I actually think it would kind of like bunch and crinkle just a little bit. So we're going to draw it like that. All right, now let's draw some of these little tasks. Well, should I wait? Let me finish the form first, and then I'll draw the tassels because that's more important. Once I can get that, then I can inform the tassels. I can let them know which direction they should lie on the body. Oh yeah, and I need these little guys. Because he actually does have chains that connect these. Again, like obnoxious, like nonsensical, just little adornments. Like the culture that they're in is very it's slightly oxymoronic in a way, but there's reasonings behind it. So like tattoos are prevalent, personal adornments and things like that are highly present, and it's like that for a couple of reasons. One of the main ones, it's kind of like a fuck you to it's not a fuck you to the God King, but it's like a fuck you to like all the other like gods that they've deemed as like trying to kick them down, basically. And so a lot of the people pride themselves in not backing down in that way. But then another reason is from like the God King himself. And that's when people can like show off like who they are with like their clothing and stuff like that. It's a little bit more easier to control people in that way, like certain groups and stuff like that. It gives like a sense of freedom that they may or may not actually have. Like it's all like kind of like an illusion kind of thing. So it's a little bit multifaceted, but it is the reasoning why, especially when you're underneath the thumb of the God of Order himself, why these things exist in the Imperium. And the hard part has been like trying to find the balance of, because the Imperium like literally like had a lot of the continent under its control for a long time. And so as an artist, it's been a bit difficult to get that lore and get those aesthetics into the like other areas, but while maintaining like their own culture and stuff. But I have been doing my best because I feel like that's like a fun little, just like background piece. Like you should be able to like see it or feel it, not necessarily be aware of it. Okay. But yeah, I'm excited because the God King himself is going to make an appearance in the next page after this one. So, and I probably will stream that one, just because he is one of my favorites. But yeah, I really like messing with what's the word? I really like messing with dynamics like that. Like how much of yourself do you control? And so my characters have to face those things. We're getting his scraggly little hand going. Got grapes. I've actually been super proud of myself too for streaming as much as I have been. I usually stream for like maybe 3 times, and then I just bounce and like don't come back for a year. Boop. Okay, so I think his hand needs to be a little bigger. So that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're going to do. I think that's much better. That makes more sense. And then this can shrink back down. Maybe we'll draw like a cute little small grape right here. No, that looks weird. This one's just so massive. Here, there we go. We'll just draw a background one there. Just trying to make these shapes a little bit better. Okay, so now we're going to draw his, that's another thing that I didn't do here that I'm going to fix. So like his, well, I kind of did it. His shirt needs to be a bit poofier. My boy Scipio likes his poofy shirts. managed to get into the Gundam release for their new set in a local store, one that I haven't been to yet. I'm learning where all of my local game stores are located now. Okay, alright, that's not bad. Making his shirt more poofy. Okay. Alright, let's go over here before I forget, because I'm noticing I forgot. We're just gonna go ahead and find our handy dandy chain things. We're just gonna put some chains. So yeah, that'll be fine. I'll recolor them later. Just a tad bit smaller. Because I think I want them gold, honestly. All right, easy peasy. And then on this one, they're going to be put to the brink. Just how stretched out. Oops. Okay, that's good. Maybe I'll like draw him like kind of like getting like smushed into his chest as well, barely hanging on for dear life. And then on this one, make them slightly larger here. And these guys just need to exist. They don't gotta be perfect. Okay. I'm going to hide my blue layer there, and I'm also gonna hide my other drawing layer. That worked out. That worked out so much better than I thought it was going to. Okay, cool. Let's draw his monocle now. So, I guess the best way to begin is by beginning. All right. Okay, good. Make it just slightly thicker, I think, at least for now, just so I can see it a bit easier. We'll get it to do that, because it's a lens, you know, it'll be a little thick. And then the hard part. I'm gonna put a mask on this really quick just so I can erase some of this stuff. I've been going back and forth between masking and just erasing. But this, I feel like, is a little bit easier to deal with in this situation. It's okay. It's okay. And then we will do one of these. Just giving some dimension to it. Oops, nope. We're going to do I think it just needs to be distorted just a little bit more to kind of match the angle of the face, I think. Yeah, like that. And then boop. I'll redo these just enough. Alright. Yeah, that's like that constant like push and pull of, alright, does this look good? No. Does this look good? No. Does this look good? Okay, yeah. And that's a lot of what art is. Like, part of the growing aspect is just being like, is doing enough of the work in order to figure out what looks good and what doesn't look good and why, and then you just fix it as you go. Like, I don't know, like artists that are just able to just like get something on the first try amaze me. Like, they've done it enough, right? Like, it's not like they're just automatically being like good at it, you know what I mean? Like, they've done it so much that they just, it's in their brain and they just do. And yeah, I don't know. The push and pull can be fun because, well, so it can be fun, but it can also be very annoying. But the fun part is when you finally hit it, when you finally get it to look good after struggling. And, you know, and part of that too, part of it too is, you know, when you do hit it, like the other day when I hit that hand out of nowhere, no reference, like 360 no scope it, and then it feels good. And I don't know that it would feel as good. There we go. My gosh. If I didn't struggle along the way for years and years and years. All right. So I think that's going to be good for that panel. Because again, same thing for this one over here. I'm not doing backgrounds because that would be tragic for everyone involved. I do think I need to draw his body over here just a little bit bigger, or his head smaller, which I'll probably do his head. Actually, his head is raster because I messed up. So we're going to do his body. that's better already. So we'll do that. Okay. And then that's fine, I think, where it is. Okay. All right. Oh, this has to be adjusted. Okay, this I'll move because I think I liked it. And then this can go away. All right. All right, okay, all right. Well, we got 2 figures in the panels done, which is lovely, because this whole thing needs to be done like tonight. So, I don't know, maybe I'll get back on later tonight and draw these 2 duking it out. I don't know yet. I feel like that's going to be difficult. We'll see. Oh, I guess I can finish this really quick before I sign off, honestly. I'll do his monocle on this bottom panel here, and then we'll call it. I do have a couple figures on this second panel right here that I need to do, but I'll probably do those off stream. But yeah, maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'll get feisty and I'll stream again tomorrow and be coloring, because this has to go out on Thursday. I wasn't lying when I was saying I was struggling to get art done. It's because it just hasn't been good. You know, like, sometimes you just hit a few days where it's a struggle bus. All right. Let's draw his monocle. Whoa, excuse me. I'll try that again. I always forget you have to hit enter there to like lock it in. Oh. All right, 3rd time's a charm. We can do this. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna rotate it slightly to try and match the angle of his face. Perfect. Nope. Oh, there we go. Just go in and erase this stuff for now. All right. Make that just a little bit straighter. And then his little nose piece. You can come in here. Bloop, bloop. Vector magic. Okay. I'm also giving him some more wrinkles because he just doesn't quite look old enough here. All right. Our sassy boy, who's about to get the surprise of his life in the next page. All right, but yeah, I think that's where we're going to end the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please, by all means, if you enjoyed it, please subscribe or follow, you know, depending on whichever platform you're on. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed your stay at the Chance Tries to Draw Hotel. I think we did pretty good. In a matter of an hour and 30 minutes, I drew 2 figures. So, and the second one we drew was difficult. And I did it. It's 4 o'clock. All right. Anyways, thank you so much for joining along in the stream, hanging out, chilling. I appreciate it. I don't know. Maybe I'll get on later tonight to finish up the rest of the drawing on the page. Who knows? Will we get so lucky? Will I get so motivated? Find out at some point. All right, y'all. Thanks again. See you on the next stream. Bye-bye.